Merhaba. You are welcome to the Istanbul Gelişim University Orientation Days program. This evening, we are going to have two distinguished professors from different faculties, precisely from the Faculty of Business and Economics, precisely Economics and Finance Department, Assistant Professor Dr. Lukman Ayinde, and from our Engineering Faculty, precisely the Department of Mechatronics, Professor Khalid Yahaya is going to be with us to definitely address all the worries and questions in our mind. To do this, go through this with us today with my lovely friend and colleague, Amit Jan. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much. So, also I would like to welcome everyone and also our audiences and our professors for our online promotion days program. As you know, the Instagram duration is the live stream of the duration is around 1 hour. So because of this, it's very difficult to give wide information about İstanbul Gelişim University. Therefore, we will try to explain about our university, and we will try to give the significant information about our university in the short period of time. In the meantime, you can see our WhatsApp number on the screen written at the bottom, which is 0531 088 22 97. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate and feel free to ask your questions. And we will try to answer your questions as much as we can. So today, as Professor Festus stated, we have two esteemed guest speakers, Professor Khalid from Mechatronics departments. Welcome, Professor Khalid, and Professor Lukman from Economics and Finance department. Welcome, Professor.
Thanks
so, I would like to welcome again both of you, and would like to start the session and ask you to briefly introduce yourselves and to give some information about your experiences.
All right. First of all, actually, massive thanks to you and to this university, to İstanbul Gelişim University, for giving us such opportunity to introduce myself and to introduce the university itself. My name is Khalid Yahya. I'm a Libyan. I'm from Libya. I'm working as assistant professor in Mechatronics department since 1 year. I came to this university and I'm really happy to work with this university as a family. Like, we are working in the research and we are giving courses to our students in one team. So I'm really glad to be in this university. Thank you so much for this invitation again. And I would like to hand the microphone to Prof. Lokman to introduce himself as well.
Thanks for having me and giving me the opportunity to be part of this promotional program. Like my colleague have said, my name is Lukman Ayinde Olorogun. Basically, I'm from Nigeria, a Nigerian, and I'm working as an assistant professor at the Department of Economics and Finance. And I have worked in many places before. I was in Malaysia, I was in the United Arab Emirates, and then before I joined GELISIM. I'm very, very happy to be part of this family because it is encouraging and it is a motivating and stimulating environment to be part of, to work, particularly because we have professors from different backgrounds around the world, from the different countries. So it's encouraged very well to be part of this program. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much, Professor. So, because our audiences will ask questions, I will sometimes look to my phone. I'm sorry for that, first of all. And let me start like this again. You know that in Turkey there are many universities, especially private universities. In Istanbul there are too many universities. So if I ask my question as a student, so why I have to choose İstanbul Gelişim University? If you get some details about this, it would be really beneficial for us.
All right. So first of all, like, if you are looking for a university, normally you have some goals to achieve. One of these goals, for example, is you will look for the high level education, like university. So I think İstanbul Gelişim University has these requirements, like they have scholars, as my colleague just now said, has scholars from the whole world, like it's around 90 students, 90 scholars actually, you know, and they are not normal scholars, actually they are really scientists, like they have a dozen of like publications, which it's not normal, like in the Q1 journals, I journals. So that's the thing that prove the quality of the university. And that's not only the thing. Actually, you know, the thing that we are teaching here, it doesn't stop to the theory. Actually, we are moving to the practical side, which is the laboratories. We teach for the subjects, most of the subjects that we teach, we have like a theory side and lab side, we can say like that. So the thing that the students learn in the class, they are gonna implement in the lab, especially for the mechatronic department, as maybe for the economic side is a bit different. They have maybe another applications to do, but for us actually, like this university is really succeeded in this actually, and they have many projects. One of these projects maybe you have seen, which is the fly vehicles. You know, that is really one of the biggest projects, which now the whole world is working in this project. So for me, this university is really going to be one of the best in the world soon.
Thank you, Professor Khalid. Professor Lukman, do you want to add something?
Yeah, because he's from the Mechatronics, they are going to move from theory to laboratory. In our own case, that is the economic and finance, we do not need to move to the laboratory, but we have the way we applied it also. The university has some programs in wherein the students are sent into the field to practicalize what they learn in the classes. So it's both from the lecturer's perspective, it's both practical and theory together. So what I mean by that is that when we give them the theory in the class, we allow them to practice it also, to see it that it is everyday activities, especially when it comes to economic and finance. It's something you do every day. Daily you withdraw money from the ATM. Daily, this is the way I do my, the way you withdraw money from the ATM.
Yes,
daily you go through the metro, you buy food, you pay for it, you collect. It's a daily activities actually. So that's the way we impact the student. We make it to become a reality. So if students join this university, it's not going to lose. It's going to take both practical and theory together. So that's one of the best quality of this university, GELISIM, İstanbul Gelişim University.
Let me add something else, actually about the facilities which the university provides for the students, especially for international students. Actually, the university helps the students once they come to Turkey, starting from the residence permit until the accommodation, let's say housing. So they are really helpful for that. As I know, like I have many students from over world, like several countries with different cultures. If you see, they are really happy. They are really, I feel like they are living in a really nice and like good way. So that is really one of these facilities. Is the university's staff are helpful for that. So this is a really great thing, you know.
Actually, you know, for international students, the most important part is the ranking of the university. I mean, mostly they are asking, so how is the ranking of İstanbul Gelişim University in Turkey and also all around the world? Do you want to add something?
Yes, yes, for sure. For that, actually, in the last rank for the time education, right? There's for the time education, the university got a really very good place. Like it was for the clean energy only. It was from the first 200 over the world. Like, but for the education qualities, in the impact of education quality, it was in the first 400. Actually, I have checked it this morning. Actually, from this website, it was around 201 for the clean energy side. This is actually in the mechatronics, as you know, we are working in the renewable energy and this stuff, so that maybe goes to this clean energy. And also Dr. Victor as well, he's working in this you know, areas. So actually that's also, you know, it has a really good rank these days, and they are not stopping in this. They are trying to be better for, you know, for the future. So that's also good. Also, they have some other qualities, like it's, you know, for example, mechatronic is, you know, we can say it's accredited from a known organization, which is ABET, which is American organization. Also for the economic side, I think you have another sheet.
Yes, just let me buttress your point that you are trying to prove that in the last accreditation, it was 96 position we came from. And that is for the quality in the overall world. And then in Turkey, as against the quality that we're talking about, Istanbul Gelişim is the first and the quality in Turkey.
Yes.
So for now, okay, let me now add to what my colleague is saying about the professional link between our department, which is economic and finance, or the economic, administrative, and social sciences faculty. We are into ACQUA. ACQUA means that accreditation of quality assurance, this thing, which is based in Damin, is one of the part that we're for. So if our students, they are going to graduate in a recognized way in both academic and professional level. So because this particular body is for professional level, so our students are going to get both academic side and then professional side of them.
Which means that it will meet the European standards and USA standards as well, because it's, you know, it's approved with two like well-known, we can say, organization, which is ABET and the one that he mentioned. And I have no idea about this. Actually,
actually, the ACOS is a European accredited organization, which we accredit programs of business departments totally. So since our university is part of it, you have to recognize that our university is one of the best university or is competing with the best universities within the European community totally.
Thank you so much. I would like to switch my speech to Professor Festus in here.
Thank you so much. Dear viewers, prospective students, wherever you are in the world, you are in for something special from our highly distinguished professors. You see clearly that they have so much to offer to you. Thank you so much, Professor Khalid. Thank you so much, Professor Lukman. Furthermore, I think this will be very interesting to our viewers and the prospective students. Can you shed more light about what's unique about the Istanbul Gelişim University? I'm going to start with the Professor Lukman from Economics and Finance. What's special about the program, the Economics and Finance Department in Istanbul Gelişim University?
Yes, well, one of the best unique features of Istanbul Gelişim University programs is that, particularly for economics and finance and business administration faculty and generally, is that we have both Turkish program and English program being taught fully in English. So you have nothing to lose at all if you join Istanbul Gelişim University, because there are professors qualified in English, both English and Turkish program. So if you are a Turkish student, you want to join the Turkish program, you are fully, or even if you are international student, but you prefer to take your program in Turkish language, we have professors, qualified international qualified professors that are going to take you down the road and lead you to the best way in your life. Similarly, in the English program side also, and they have professors also. Okay, add to this is the way we structure the program itself, the quality of the syllabus, and then the flexibility of the syllabus to be reviewed quickly to meet the market demand. So it's a market orientation syllabus we are using in Istanbul Gelişim, particularly in Istanbul Gelişim generally, and particularly to business administration, economic and finance programs. We go into the market to look at what the market needed, then we give to our students, so that by the time our students are graduating, they are going to fit into the development in the market. It's not an old syllabus, it's a syllabus which meets the interest of the people, of the the market interest, and the professional in the market. They needed the skills. That's what we impart in the student. And finally, which I want to add, is that the students also have flexibility to move to learn other skills apart from being professional in what they specialize in. For example, you specialize in finance, you still have other skills that you can be able to take during your programs that are not going to destroy your program, but they are going to add more incentives to your graduation list. So that's one of the uniqueness of İstanbul Gelişim, and other uniqueness, we are going to discuss it as we are going. So there are other things that are going to come up.
Thank you so much, Professor Lukman. So dear viewers, you can hear from our economics and finance professor that the program is market-based design. It's designed to suit the need of the industry. So it means when you take the program, the finance and economics program of our dearly beloved university, İstanbul Gelişim University, it means you are well cooked and you are ready for the job market. Let's hear from the engineering professor. What is the storyline in that part? Professor Khalid, over to you.
Yes, actually you have asked what's the special in this department. Let me tell you what is not special. You know, this is the thing.
Please go ahead.
Yes, for, you know, everything is special for the engineering department, for the engineering faculty as well, let's say in general. But for mechatronics, like, you know, starting from your watch until the space, the applications which is in the space, you are there. You know, mechatronics, like the engineer, he will do something, he will be enrolled in anywhere in the industrial, as our colleague mentions, like, you know, our students, once he comes to this department, he will be, he will be very good in programming. He will start to go for the software, for the electronic. He will be good in mechanical as well. So in this way, the student, once he graduates from this university, he will be ready to protect his, like, he will, you know, to make his own company, we can say, either, you know, with the help of his team or with with the other colleague, they might make a company. And in this way, later we will speak about the support of the university after the, you know, you have about what they are providing. They are giving some support for these graduation students. But the mechatronic, you know, the engineer, once he graduates from there, he will be able to be in the market, to roll in the market, to work with the industrial. And as you know, Istanbul is full of industrials. And either for the other thing, if he wants to forward his study, for example, to finish his master degree, his PhD degree, the university will provide him a really good discount, and it will help him to achieve his career or his goal, or her goal, as we can say. So,
thank you so much, Professor Khalid. Dear viewers and prospective students, you can see we have the menu already cooked for you at İstanbul Gelişim University. So you are in for the best once you come to join the family. Furthermore, dear professors, we saw a major wave in the world. Nobody planned for it, the global pandemic. We didn't envisage this. Even the scientists, the biologists, economists, it was a shock to everyone. How has this phenomenon changed our lives? Has changed our lives as professors, as teachers, as instructors, and from the student perspective, how has this changed the dynamics of learning methodology, teaching methodology? Let's start with Professor Khalid.
All right. First, actually, once this pandemic started, it was a surprise for the teachers and for the students as well. Actually, it was really hard time for us, especially we are not getting used for distance education. You know, so everyone, all the academicians, they have struggled in this. But the thing is that our university was really ready for this pandemic. Like, either we surprised, you know, we couldn't understand. We thought that it will be postponed and this semester is not going to be like other countries, what they have, you know, faced. So once, like within 1 week, we started to give online, and it's with a very good like application, what they call it LMS, if you know for sure you are teaching that. So it was a really high quality, and we can contact with the students like this, we can communicate with the students, we can discuss with the students, we can explain to the students, and we can get the feedback from the students as well. That's helped us a lot to improve ourselves. Like, either we have received like training from the university, from the administration for this application, because we didn't get used to. But that's really, you know, I can say we overcome this problem. Like, we are now either for the summer semester is going to be online as well, and everyone is get used to, you know, like either we are happy with, either for the final exam and for the midterm exam, we have make a normal like exam, like multiple choice exams, while when the other university, they couldn't do that. You know, they just give assignments, and they just give a projects which is easy for the students to make, and they might copy from each other or whatever. But here for this university, they keep their standards. You know, they have like some standards which they don't, you know, pass these standards. So that's why this system can guarantee the quality of the education for distance education. So That's what I'm thinking, actually. You know, it's really motivating now, either for the semesters. It's really, you know, as you know, the students normally, they love to work with these technologies, with mobiles. It's not like in the past. In the past, we used to find books, but now the reference, everything is online, is soft copies. So that's helps the university's facilities really helped us in this. So that's what I can say in this. So
Thank
maybe
you so much.
Dr. Lukman may add some stuff for us about this.
Okay, well, in order to add more to what my my colleague have already put forward, is that the rate that the GELISIM moved quickly from face-to-face classroom lecturing, immediately the pandemic set in, the GELISIM have to comply with the federal government initiatives that closed all the universities. And while some universities are lagging behind because they closed the university, the program stopped totally. Fortunately, the management of GELISIM could be able to synchronize and utilize that method to transfer all our lecture onto online directly. So surprising, within 1 week, the lectures and everything moved online. Yes. And the students also were carried along at the same time. Mind you, the student, like my colleague said, my student already used to using their different type of apps online. So now what the GELISIM did, which is very fantastic, is that they could be able to utilize the time they are wasting on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, the social media. They could be able to transfer the lecture directly online. So rather than the student wasting their time at home, sitting down, waiting for the opening of the university, then they just continue their lecture as if nothing has happened. So, which was one of the best things the university was so surprised. Even particularly me also, as a professor, I was so surprised. I thought maybe we were going to wait until they opened the university by August. It was so surprising that we finished it. And I encouraged my students. I told them that, okay, we are very lucky at İstanbul GELISIM because we could be able to continue the program without waiting for the opening of the university. You are very lucky. You don't waste your time. Everything is perfect. So you could be able to finish your program at the exact time you delegate to finish your program, you see. So now the students are going to complete their program without wasting 1 semester. So if you plan to finish your program in 3 years, you are going to finish it. Add to this, because my colleagues mentioned of summer semester now, the summer semester is to shorten the period of your distance. So a student that took some 2 courses or 1 course during the summer semester is going to finish the program earlier than they have planned before. Exactly. So this is one of the uniqueness of İstanbul GELISIM, the ability to move quickly, to adapt to the pandemic situation and make it successful for both student and staff. Is one of the uniqueness of the İstanbul GELISIM during this pandemic.
I want to add something more about this. For the thesis, for example, for the master and PhD students, also they will handle the the defense online. It's going to be online through the system, LMS system. So that will not give a chance to extend for their studies. Like it will finish on the time, as my colleague says. So
add to this is that the students who are even away from Turkey totally, they went back to their country. The different countries, especially international students, they could be able to follow up also. Where they are at home with their family, they are enjoying, but they can still proceed in their studies also without any wasting of time or period or the resources. I mean,
Doctor, I can say they are really lucky in this.
They are
with their families.
Very lucky.
They are just either for now, for the summer, like for the summer semester, they will be between their families and they are studying.
Actually, at this point, I want to add this thing because, as you already stated, our university, especially our IT department, was ready for giving the education in a distance.
Actually, we would like to thank them. Actually,
the IT department. Actually, the IT department really surprising the way they migrate away from.
Doctor, either if you need any help, send an email. Like either in 12 a.m. they will reply.
Seriously, you are going to receive the support, the kind of support that they have for all the departments is so fantastic.
That's really
it was. It's encouraging, and
we would like to thank them.
Yes, yes, for sure. We should not forget what
before the pandemic, especially some of our departments were even taught in as a distance education. For our master degree students, especially the most demanded program, which is MBA, was already online. It was already in a distance education.
Yes,
that's why it was really easy to manage this pandemic period.
Thank you so much, dear viewers. You can hear what we have as a package. It means if you join the İstanbul Gelişim family, the learning can never end. You keep being developed, which is a guarantee, 100%, that, like they've said correctly, our professors, that learning goes on in a very pleasurable way, like they've highlighted, in the comfort of your home, without compromise of quality. Learning is still going on, and we are happy to tell you that at the İstanbul Gelişim University, we leverage on technology, we leverage on what the world has in terms of technology at its best to give you quality education. My colleague have more questions to bother our professors with. Okay.
As you know, we have many programs in English and also in Turkish, and as we already stated, 60 of our departments are internationally accredited by AQUAS, AHPGC, ABET and Pearson.
Yes.
So again, as a prospective student, I want to ask like this question. So why there are many departments in İstanbul Gelişim University? Why I have to choose specifically mechanical engineering, mechatronics, sorry, mechatronic engineering or economics and finance? If we start with Professor Khalid.
All right, let me start. First of all, let me define what mechatronic is. Mechatronic, like they defined it in several ways. For example, in the first division, it was from the Japanese scientist, Zhou or something. I think the name of this is Zhou, or I'm not really remembering the name. He was defining it as a mechanism and electronic in the same time. But for the other definition, which is the more common definition, which is it's covered the mechanical, electronic, or electric, we can say mechanic, electric, and computer. So the competition of these departments comes together to build the mechatronic departments. So the students, once comes to mechatronic departments, he will have background about the electrical engineering, he will have background about mechanical engineering, and he will have background about computer engineering. So which he will have the skills of modeling and the skills of software as well. So in another way, we can define it as it's the methodology which make the mechanical system more smarter. You know, this is actually the mechanical. We can say the mechatronics department is. So the students once comes here. Normally, when you hear about the mechatronic, actually you will directly comes to your mind the robotics, like, you know. But it's not only for robotics. Actually, robotics is only a part. You know, like we can classify our department, mechatronic departments, too many, like to single and system, computer, software, mechanical parts. So, you know, for this department, from physics modeling, we have a really good professors. So for all these departments, the students once comes to this department, he will get an idea, he will have background and basics, or for each of these departments, we can say this, like mechatronic department is the umbrella of the mechatronic for the electronic, mechanic, and the same while the computer. So he will start learning from the basics, from how to build your project by first of all by modeling, like you will model it mathematically, then you will go to the simulations, then we have laboratories. As you know, İstanbul Gelişim University has many laboratories. For example, Mechatronics has several, like logic circuit laboratories, they have power electronic laboratories, they have machine laboratories, they have automations laboratories, they have like PLC and this stuff, which helps the students to enroll in the industrial so easy. Like it will not take, you know, once you go through these subjects and you understand them well with the, you know, with the high proficiency, like with the good quality way, so believe me, the students will come out with a very big achievement. So, and it's so easy to be in the market.
Perfect.
You know, so
Perfect.
and for something else, some of them they need to continue, for example, for their academician career. You know, let me tell you something. I came actually from Libya, as you know, and I have started my PhD over here. I have finished my PhD over here, but I'm still here. I couldn't leave this Turkey, you know, because the environment here in Turkey, like, all of the people are friendly over here. And once I come to this Gelişim University and I see, like, let's say the department members, it started with the Professor Badri, like, he's our head of department. So it's really the kindness that I have seen in this, like, association in this university, let's say, I have never seen when I was in Malaysia, or either when I was doing my PhD, because, you know, they will help you, they will try to help you to achieve your goal. You know, that is the best. You know, whatever you ask, they will try to find for you a solution. So that is really good thing in this university.
Yeah.
So really, I'm, you know, encouraging the whole students to just come and check, ask about the university, ask about the department itself, how you will be once you come to this department. I don't want to say economic, because economics is important as well, but not more than mechatronics. What do you think, doctor? You know,
that's fantastic. I stay aside. I'm waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, because actually, okay, you are important because you are the money.
No, it's okay.
Without technology,
okay.
you cannot do anything.
Okay,
You know?
well, if we don't give you the money, how do you build your iron?
Yeah, okay, that's all. We need your first money. Then after that, you know, we can continue our projects. You know, by the way, the university here, they achieved and they have done very good projects. One of these projects is, we can say, ATM machine, but it's not for money. It's for medicine. You know, imagine, like, if there's at night, you know, there is no pharmacy, but you need a medicine, or someone like got sick, got something emergency, so you need like a medicine for that. Or, you know, directly with your ID, you can go to this ATM machine and directly you can get your medicine. You know, that is really something. You know, what's the definition of engineering is? You know, normally the good engineer, he can make a product which is cheap and high quality, and it will be with the high performance application that can be applicable as well. So, you know, this application is, I never seen this application actually. The first time I have seen this application is here in this university. So that's one of the best and great projects.
Also, the university created flying car.
Yes,
you know,
that's also the thing. Yeah, I have spoken about this in the first, actually, the flying car, which is now also they start to produce these cars in Korea. Actually, you know, I think 1 year ago this university has this project, and now I think Hyundai, they will start to produce these cars, you know, soon. So yeah, so but they will make it as a taxis. So really, in this matter, like, you know, İstanbul Gelişim University is going, like, you know, very fast in the development. So, you know, Gelişim, it's development. You know.
Thank you so much, Professor Khalid. So let's listen from Economics and Finance Department, Professor Lukman.
I hope that he will not attack me.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to compliment what you have said, because if you want to come to Gelişim, for those who are aspiring to be in the area of business totally, I ask you to join the business department. That means the economics, administration, and social science faculty, and particularly to economics and finance, because without economy, without finance, there is nothing that will happen in the world at the global level. Also, there is nothing like United Nations. Even there is nothing like Turkey, if there is no economics and finance. So we anchor everything that is going on in the world. It is we that we build it. That means economic and finance. So you joining economic and finance, you will be relevant forever. So that's the reason. First reason you have to look at it is that there is no economy that stands in the world. There is no country that stands in the world except they have economic and finance. So these two is key testing that should drive you to come and join this university first. Okay, there are some specific other things that you have to look at when you want to join this university that is unique to this university itself. Is that these programs, like I said earlier, you have both languages. That means you can either use Turkish to learn it, or you use English complete program totally. And add to this is the quality, like I said before, the quality of the curriculum, the market-based, that means industrial-oriented curriculums in both mechatronics and the finance department also is the same thing. It's a market-based, industry-based curriculum that we are using for our students. That means it's not outdated knowledge we are giving to the student, current and future, that is going to be useful now for them, and it's going to be useful for them in the future also. So the student, you have nothing to lose when you are joining İstanbul Gelişim, particularly the Economics and Finance Department. I think there is one thing which I don't want to forward. Perhaps maybe you may ask the question about what are the benefits when you specialize in both economics and finance. But perhaps I can say it now, or I should delay it. You want to ask me this question later, I'm not sure. If you want me to say it now, I can always say it. But if you want me to delay it till you ask me, so I should not forward.
So actually we have a limited time, you know, as I already stated, that it's very difficult to give information about a university which has, you know, right now around 30,000 students. Which are national and international students. So let's continue with our questions, and of course when we come a specific question, if there is any specific questions from our audiences, then we will ask from you as well about this issue.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Many thanks to our esteemed professors for staying with us. Dear viewers, I think one of the most mouth-watering questions I'm going to put forth to the professors this evening from this part of the world at Istanbul is if I'm a student, decides to take up any of the programs you are in, and the $1 million question comes to you guys, that what will he or she gain? What will the prospective student gain in the course of his or her program? Let's say an associate degree program, a 2-year program, a 4-year program, a postgraduate program. What will be the take home for the student within the 4 years? I know you've highlighted some of these issues, but we are now going more specific. We are trying to x-ray the mind of our audience. I'm very sure they are happy with our questions to the professors. So Professor Lukman, as a prospective student, hoping, and we wish to see them, we are hoping, we are ready for you folks at IGU, İstanbul Gelişim University. Throughout the course of his or her program, it doesn't matter the level of the program, I already mentioned, associate, the regular degree 4 years, or the graduate programs which we have available at the international level, taught by international professors with English and by the local language also. What is the take home for the students?
Particularly, let me just be brief about the benefit of economics and finance, is that you have a lot of places that you can be able to be relevant to in the whole industry, not only finance industry only. Just let me classify it briefly for you, the way in the 6 major areas that if you specialize in both economics and finance, the places that you particularly finance when you want to. The first one is corporate finance, so you will be relevant at corporate finance level, investment banking, commercial banking, investment banking, commercial banking, personal finance, that means consultancy. And then we have policy-oriented finance also that you can be able to specialize in. So within this scope, we have different branches also that you are going to benefit from. That is for finance. So let me go for economics. In the economics, if you major in economics, one of the best things you are going to be in this is that you are going to be policy analyst, you can be financial analyst also, you can be an actuary also. That means when you graduate at this particular program, at your master's level or at your professional level, you have a variety of places that you can digress to. Okay, let's say for example, if you join investment banking or you join commercial bank, you are working with commercial bank, this thing, while they have accounting department, they have finance department, they have procurement department, they have logistics department, they have. So you are fit in, and all the specialization I'm talking about, we have it in GELISIM. We have logistics and supply chain, we have international logistics and trade and international trade, and we have economics, we have finance, we have a lot of specializations. So we just anchor everything on economics and finance, whereas we have different specification under this umbrella of economics and finance. That means you can be whatever you want to be. we tailor the program is tailored to make you to achieve your goal at the end of the day. So these are the things that are very, very unique about Gelişim University. That means you have a variety of your choice to be. And another thing is at both undergraduate. So when you go to postgraduate also, we have this different type of specialization that you can be at the postgraduate level, both masters and PhD level. So, and again, add to this is the double major that we have. So a student can be major in finance and then take another minor in another department. It can go to another department to have another minor. So you are having double major when you are graduating. So it's one of the uniqueness of coming to economics and finance department. For example, I have some of my students, their major is international trade and this thing, and now they come to come and major them to come and take what they call it, finance again as their minor. So the major is international logistics and so and again they come to finance to make a minor. So you have this opportunity without additional fees. I mean, so let me be clear about this. Without you make this minor this in double major without additional fees. Okay, that one depends on student ability to be able to cope with the pressure of the course and quality of the course also.
Yes, for sure. But for this, I would like to add something for about double majorities. Like, if you want, but there is some requirements which the students should achieve actually, which is they will have about they will look about the average. You know, there's like 2.7 the average should be once they can get, and they should finish at least 20% of their studies in a successful way. So in this way, once they got 2.7, they will have the chance to get this double measure things. Actually, let me also mention about the mechatronics department. I will follow like his question again. Exactly. So for the mechatronics department, actually, you know, once the students graduate, he can like go through. He can work
just to interject a little bit.
Yes.
During the program.
Okay.
During the period of the program.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to shed more light about after the graduation, but just before then, during the course of the program, while he or she is a student.
Okay. So this is very smart and good question. Actually, I like this question.
Thanks,
actually, in this program, during his studies, the universities give the students really very big opportunity, which is one of these opportunity maybe you heard about, which Erasmus. You know, Erasmus, this gives the student a chance to go abroad. Like most of them, like European, he can choose any one of these European countries to go. Maybe Dr. Lukman can give you more information about this Erasmus program.
There is a question regarding the studying in abroad countries.
All right, so we will leave this. And another thing, there is also another thing, which is the internships. The students is required to have to do like a period, internships period. Like, I don't know, I think it's around 40 days, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's around somehow it's around 40 days, and the university, İstanbul Gelişim University, helps the students to find these companies, these, like, let's say, yes, these companies, and there is a special office which they call it TTO, which is Transform Technology Office. This helps the students and supports the students to apply their projects and to make a connection with the industrial. You know, there is in Istanbul here, there is many companies which are producing electronics and the other many materials, which helps the students to rule in these companies and to get a very high and good quality education.
Actually, you know, right now we don't have too much time, and there was one question regarding the actually internship. There is one question in which one of our prospective students, I think, asking that the question is how you will prepare your students for their future career. And also the student stated internship, is there compulsory or it's not compulsory, but you give a little information regarding the internship.
Yeah. Internship actually is compulsory. You cannot graduate without getting this internship, because internship will prepare you to work for the market.
From which grade it will start? First, second?
Actually, I think from the second grade.
After second grade,
after
right?
second grade it starts. But without this compulsory training, you cannot graduate. Because once you have to work like for more than 1 month in a company. And by the way, this training will help for your future. You might continue work with the company that you are. If they really find the quality in you, they might hire you. You know, so this is one of the benefits that the students might use. also for the Erasmus, like Erasmus, maybe Dr. Lokman may give more like details about Erasmus program.
Well, like you said, that is in a nutshell, I will classify into two. The first one my colleague said is the internal internship here, that is within the Turkey. And then we have the international internship also, which is the Erasmus program that is sent. Erasmus is divided into two. It's within the, first of all, let me clarify that Erasmus is within the European Union, European community. That means you are going to choose any university within the European community. Okay, it is in two ways. We have two types of program in Erasmus. The first one is mobility, and the second one is internship, like a training program. Also, students are encouraged immediately you apply to GELISIM, you register as a student in GELISIM, you are entitled to apply for this, but with conditions. The first condition is that you need to meet up with the CGP for undergraduate, and this Erasmus program, like I said, the internship that we're talking about is that across the board. That means with the associate degree the program, with the BA program, that means bachelor program, and a master's program and PhD program, everybody is entitled to participate. So, but with condition of meeting up with the condition. The first condition is the CGP. You need to meet up with the CGP. For the undergraduate, you have to have 2 points CGP. That is for undergraduate 2.2 or something like that, CGP. Whereas for the masters, you need to have 2.5 or 2.7. And then for the PhD, you need to have 3 points before you can be able to qualify to register for the to apply for Erasmus. Okay, and during the process of your language also, one of the conditions again is the language. So you need to meet up with the language. This one reminds me to talk about the language level when you want to enter, when you are applying to GELISIM.
Yes, yes.
Also, you have to meet up with the language. But it's not something we have internal.
Actually, they require 60, I think, for their placement test. But it's not really hard to do.
The language also is a 50%, which is required for the Erasmus. That means you have to have the 50%. And then other conditions are there also, which are meetable. It's not something difficult to achieve. That means for you to get the CGP is not something which is difficult for you. And then to get the English language also, you have every support in and outside. That means if you want to do it inside GELISIM, if you want to do it outside also, you have this thing. Okay, in addition to this, when you are going for the application will be done through the International Erasmus office, which they are going to give you all the supports you needed. They are going
starting from visa,
starting from looking for the institution that you want to do it, then starting for the to support you, and then the kind of support they are going to give to you are divided into two also.
There is also monetary support.
That's what I want to. That's where I'm going actually. The monetary is divided into two, and then one is on the expenses. That means personal expenses. That for day-to-day activity, for day-to-day life. That means your feeding and everything. And the second one is the tuition fees, which are going to be eliminated for you. That means the in and out, to and from flight is free. The registration, that means school fees over there, the tuition fees is free, the accommodation is free, the insurance that is for you is free, and other things are free also. For using the library, using the material they have over there also is free. Accommodation also is free. Similarly, you have a monthly stipend. A monthly stipend of, if you are going to the Western Europe, which are highly cost environment, they are going to give you up to 600 euro. And then if you are going to the 500 euro, between 500 to 600 euro, I think. But if you are in the Eastern Europe, where the quality of life is more cheaper, than they give you 400 to 500 euro, I think. So
this is
standards. That is monthly. Yes, I mean, that is monthly actually. And then the duration is between 2 months to 1 year. So that means a student can be lucky to get a full 1 year Erasmus internship program abroad.
They will be introduced to a new culture.
What about the psychological and the social benefit of this particular thing? Is that these are the monetary. We finish the monetary. Is that exposure? You are going to exposure. You understand me? Having connection to other world also. You understand me? You are going to expand your horizon. You understand me? Connection to other people, to expand your connection, your network. I mean, I call it in academic language, it's networking. So you expand your networking very well, which means you are not alone. You are not stuck into your country and Turkey only. You have other people, other side also that you are connected with. Then thereby you are going to increase your language, your exposure, your confidence, and everything you are going to do.
Let me add something also for this. After this Erasmus, there's something else, which is the partners of the university. Our university has several partners in the worldwide. Like they have partners starting from Jordan, Algeria, Egypt, goes to Canada, USA, Japanese, Chinese. So in all the world, like you can, with the same fees, you are not going to pay anything. You are not going to pay a single cent, we can say over there. You, with the fees that you have paid over here in the university, you just can go and spend 1 year in that universities, and you can just come back to finish your studies in Gelişim University.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Thank you. So actually we have not too much time, and there are many questions in which our students are asking. We have around two minutes. I will only ask one question, and I will switch the speech to Professor Festus. One of our students, I think prospective students, is asking that are all the programs 100% in English language? If the language of the department taught in English, are the programs are 100% in English or not? After this question, we have only 1 minute like this. So I will switch the speech to Professor Festus after the answer.
Precisely, our program is 100% English program. So once you registered, you are not going to take any other language or any Turkish program. No.
Thank you.
All the courses are taught.
And I want to mention something else. For the registration, actually it's totally for free. Once you go online, go through the website of the university and find the application, and you will upload just your certificates, and that you don't need to pay anything. Just upload your certificates and submit your application. In this way, your application will be evaluated, and I think that's also easy. So you can just...
Thank you so much, distinguished professors, for your valuable time and your valuable insights into our dearly esteemed university. We are very happy to receive you. Dear prospective student, you can see we are ready for you. We already said this a million times. Our international professors are really ready, and the job opportunities, the package is really total in terms of our engineering faculty, Mechatronics precisely, in terms of our business program, economics and finance. Our professors has been here extrailing the numerous advantage in the program and out of the program. So once you become a part of the family, you are rest assured that you are subscribing, or you're going to be part of something great with all the milestones we have at İstanbul Gelişim University. I'm sure it will be 100% more of benefits choosing our lovely university.
So let's close, with our slogan.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, we're going to end with the slogan.
Which is Gelişim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.